Why did the bishop take his cathedral to a mechanic? It was time for a gargoyle change. Welcome to the stream, my friends. Happy Monday, and thank you for being here tonight. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. And welcome in, everybody. Dead Zergling is first in chat tonight, followed by Kusari Gama, Buddha Fingers, Chozo Brain, and Lucent Jelly. I think that covers everyone in the chat. Thank you for being here, my friends. Chozo says, A Nightmare on Elm Street NES is an amazing game. No sarcasm. I almost beat it, I think. We're going to play that one. I think I'll do that next month. If we do a stream on Friday the 13th... Oh no, but Friday's going to be Dark Souls Day. Maybe Thursday night. Maybe Thursday night, the night before. I'll do a Nightmare on Elm Street. And thank you very much for the resub, Chozo. Very much appreciate the 8 months. Very kind of you, my friend. Thank you for that. I'm glad to hear you're in a good mood. Nothing simpler than transporting a cathedral, Jelly says. Well, you know, when you can't handle the maintenance yourself and you need a professional to do it. I thought it was an issue with the... Hey, God. Catholic converter. That's so hard to say. That was clever. Not what I'd call funny, but clever, Zergling says. Maybe I was too distracted by your new hairstyle. It's, you know, I take the hair off every now and then. Cut the beard back a little bit. Cut the beard back a little bit. Take the hair off. Hey, EpiPen, welcome in. The new Twitch app is trash. I'm sorry to hear that. I haven't, I guess I haven't updated my app. I haven't noticed any changes. I haven't noticed any changes myself. Maybe it sounds like I should probably keep it that way. Welcome back to Addams Family Values, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and start putting this password in because the password is like 1,000 digits. So we can pick up where we left off. This game is if you haven't seen it before, this is probably the best Addams Family game we've played. I think pretty easily. Oops. It's a top-down adventure game. Kind of like a Link to the Past or a Lundra. It's kind of difficult. Combat is kind of janky, and progression is really obtuse. But despite those issues, I would still say my feelings toward it are pretty positive. Okay, that looks pretty good. So, we got... What'd we get last time? Actually, I haven't gotten anything. I'm in trouble. I need to find Gomez. I don't know where he went. Gomez was hanging out outside of a dungeon. We went into the dungeon. I defeated the boss. I found a weird mystery room that I can't puzzle out what it's supposed to be about. But I defeated the boss. I didn't get any new items that I'm aware of. I did find this. A headless teddy bear. So I guess this is a new item, but I don't know what to do with it. So we're just going to wander the map. I'm going to hope I can find Gomez. I think the first thing we'll do is go talk to Granny and see if we can get some new cookies. And we'll just see how it goes. Greg, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Kisarigama says, yeah, it's bad, in reference to the Twitch app. Will I shave all of my head so I could look like the baby when he arrives, Zergling says. I don't think I'll lose the beard. It's been a very long time since I've taken the beard off. For most of the year, I wear a beanie anyway. So usually people can't even tell when I take the hair off, but it's too hot for that right now. Still better than Fester's Mess. Yeah, Fester's Quest is probably the second best game we played. One moment. Thank you for the coffee jelly. Looking forward to that. And I've got apple slices tonight. The wheel is not back yet. I forgot to buy Triscuits. And I actually just asked Jelly when she brought my coffee if she would write Triscuits on our refrigerator, so I'll remember to pick some up. But I don't have any crackers for landing on sauces. So another couple days, but by the end of the week we should have the wheel again. Most games are better than Fester's Quest, Greg says. Fester's Quest isn't the worst. It just... it's hard to get into, and then the ending is really terrible. If Fester's Quest had a checkpoint at the UFO at the end, it would be a lot easier to not hate it. Where am I trying to go? I'm so confused. No, Chozo. Next month. I might do a Nightmare on Elm Street next month. We were talking about playing it on Friday the 13th. But that was before I decided that Dark Souls 2 would be Wednesday, Friday. So maybe we'll play it on Thursday the 12th next month. I'm not promising that, but I'm leaning toward it pretty heavily. Since we've done Friday the 13th, I really want to do Nightmare on Elm Street. You should ditch the beard. Now's the time to fester up. Hey, my Lexi, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. You remember this game at least a little? Never finished it. Trade Quest Extravaganza. It's got a little bit. It's got a little bit of Trade Quest to it. not super heavy on it, but a little bit, yeah. I've actually really enjoyed this game for the most part. It occasionally I get stuck and frustrated, but more often than not, I'm having a good time. Hey, Greg, thank you for the 130 stream streak. Keeping it alive, my friend. Very grateful for that. How are you today? Just replaying Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster? I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright. We've had tacos. We've had tacos for dinner the last couple nights, and it's been a nice, it's a nice convenient meal. But they don't, they don't always agree with my stomach as well as some of our other meals. 130 streams. And yeah, I took the hair off. It's been a while since I cut it back. I thought it was about time. Mostly I wanted to cut the beard back. And if I'm gonna do the beard, I might as well do the hair as well. Hey, Mile Hyrule, welcome in. I was thinking about you, Mile Hyrule. Because I bought some truffle-infused olive oil. And if I recall correctly, you're a big fan of truffle. I found a bottle of it half off, and I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. I'm open to suggestions. I think you mentioned that you like to have it on French fries. But I'm not eating a lot of deep fried food right now. I guess it'll stay good though, so that might be an option in the future. Grilled cheese with it, Chozo says. Grilled cheese with some truffle oil. That sounds awfully fancy. My grilled cheese, whenever I make grilled cheese, I make grilled cheese just with American cheese and very like plain sandwich bread. I get the lowest tier ingredients pretty much for grilled cheese. Oh yes, so the PlayStation 3 appears to work. I haven't actually played a game on it. And here's the thing, my decision was made for me. I know we joked an awful lot about playing on the CRT. Well, that's going to happen because the HDMI output from the PlayStation 3 is not compatible with my capture hardware. I couldn't get anything out of it. So, but I can capture the composite. So we are playing Dark Souls 2 on the CRT in all of its standard definition glory. Excellent, Zergling says. And I make the graphics look better, Chozo says. It's gonna make the text unreadable, I'm sure, but I wasn't that interested in reading the text anyway. Popcorn, Buddhafinger says, for the truffle oil. It's usually fake or largely flavored by artificial flavors, EpiPen says. Yeah, it probably is. I couldn't grow a beard. Too much facial hair makes my chin itch like crazy, Greg says. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long you've let it grow in the past. It definitely itches for a while. Like, there's a period of letting it grow out and getting used to it that can definitely last a while. When I shave the beard all the way off, it's not really pleasant waiting for it to come back. I'd consider a beard if not for the numerous problems it gave me, Zergling says. Top lip gets super itchy, constant feeling of stabbing into my neck. Yeah, sounds like what Greg might have been getting at too. The same compounds found in smelly socks, EpiPen says. The PlayStation 3 needs a gizmo to capture an HDMI splitter. Yeah, and I actually run the HDMI through a splitter. That's why I thought it might work. But with my particular splitter, it still doesn't. I could still theoretically do it on the flat screen, I think. I could do component out, because I have a component to HDMI converter. So that would make it work. I could do component out of the PlayStation 3, convert it to HDMI, split it, or run it into the capture in the television. But I don't know. I think everyone wants me to play it on the CRT anyway, so. I don't have or really want an old-fashioned TV myself, Greg says. Oh, I love the old TVs. The less you see of Dark Souls 2, the better. Let's see, it's a pretty divisive game. Less is more with the truffle oil. I'll be cautious. It'll probably sit around a long time before I actually do anything with it. I don't have any immediate plans. Alright, well this is bad, because I was really hoping Gomez was going to be over here next to this door. And as he is not, that puts me in a real bad spot in regard to... I have no idea where to go. That's alright. The world is only so big. I'll figure out, you know. I'll find something I haven't done eventually. Oh, please, just just run by everybody. It's too much of a hassle. Did I get all my cookies? I got all my cookies. Great. Dark Souls 2 is overhated, Chozo says. It's a good game, just not as good as all the others. You didn't like Dark Souls 1 much either, my Lexi says? Oh, I really liked Dark Souls 1. That was a very fun playthrough. It took me months. It took me months to get through it. It took me 200 hours. And it was frustrating and tedious sometimes, but definitely a very good playthrough. Do it on CRT and put it in your title. Well, it'll be pretty obvious. It'll be pretty obvious that it's on the CRT because it'll be in 4:3 aspect ratio on the screen. in the capture, it's gonna look just like this. It's gonna be square, so there's gonna be room for art and everything, like with all the retro titles. I need these enemies to stay away from me. I'm moving stuff around on my computer here real quick. Maybe I could like Dark Souls 1 if someone modded it so it was 50 to 100% faster. Ah! I was hoping maybe it was over here. There's a lot of dead ends in this game. There's a lot of map that exists just to give you incorrect places to wander to. I have to go through the wrong door. The wrong door is the right door in this case. I haven't found a code for inputting there. There's a thing back there. Ah. I really don't want to just try and brute force that puzzle, that combination up there. Oh, okay. Yeah. So there's something I haven't done. I need a flashlight or something. Huh. It's a rough game to, like, because when I don't play for a couple nights, I come back to it with all of my knowledge gone. There wasn't a thing over here. Oh, that was wrong. Well, I've already wiped out all the enemies, at least. The sound effect they chose for when the bowling ball recharges is... I'm not crazy about it, because I always think it's the sound of an enemy, like, sneaking up on me. The enemies are way too capable. Well, I mean, there's clearly something about this room I don't understand, too. Yeah, I didn't think any of those things were going to work, but... trying everything can hardly be a bad idea. So there's something over there. So there's definitely... So Gomez used to be out here in this area, and he had dialogue that suggested we were going to be able to drain the water away from this place. And there's definitely rooms in that dungeon where I haven't figured out what I'm supposed to do, so I think that's still a possibility. It's weird that he's not out here anymore, and it's weird that I was able to defeat the boss without figuring out some of those rooms. The laughing kind of makes me think of Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Yeah. That's right. You use every item on every door until hopefully they cross-pollinate and you find some progress. Oh, cool. There was a health back there. Hey, Ghost. Welcome in. No, I cut the hair off. I do that fairly frequently. I was saying I do wear a beanie most of the year. So most people don't really notice when I buzz my hair off because you don't see it like during the winter, but it has been a while. It has been a while. You pull it off well thank you, Ghost. I appreciate that. I have to bail early tonight, Zergling says. New job has me waking up pretty early. Getting pretty wimpy about staying up late. Good night, Frownie. Good night, Zergling. I'm sorry that you, you know, I'm sorry that I don't get to have you around more, but work is important. I understand. I hope that you sleep well and have a very good tomorrow, my friend. Not entirely sure what pressing that button did. It must have done something, though. I mean, you would think. I don't remember what... The map is so confusing. I don't remember what, if anything, connects to what. So. I end up retrying a lot of the same stuff again and again and again. I could never pull off the shaved head look. I don't have the face for it or the head, Ghost says. So I don't know if they show up in the capture. I can see enemies moving around on the screen, but just barely. There's skeletons. I think that's it. I think there's just 3 of them. I can't actually see... I can see where Fester is. I can't actually see the layout of the room, though. I can't go into the top left corner. There's something blocking my way there. There's also something here in the sort of middle left. Uh-oh, where'd he go? There he is. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything comes through on the capture except, yeah, the lightning. Nothing comes through in the darkness, though. Well, we won't be in here all that long. Or maybe we will. So does this connect back? It does. Right? Hang on. I'm not where am I where? I actually don't know where I am. Oh, I've never been over here before. Well, that wasn't much of anything. This game is so dark. That explains why you're a ghost, I guess. My Lexi says. It was a tragic end. Well, I guess I could blunder my way through, that other dark room too. That's not really how I want to play it. I don't know if I finished the thought earlier. I just want to say the laughter in the soundtrack makes me think of Zombies Ate My Neighbors. There's a song in that game where the music repeatedly laughs at you. A lot of this is very unfamiliar. I don't think I've actually wandered all of this, I don't think I've actually explored all of this territory yet. Some of this seems new. Zombies Ate My Neighbors is a game I will never beat, Chozo says. It's super difficult. I imagined I would have never beat it. I'm still shocked I have. The lightning is connected to your health. You have powerful lightning when you have full health, and you have terrible lightning when you have low health. And there's an intermediate stage. See, now I have the terrible lightning. Everything's going to be really bad for a while now. Are you gonna see the new Beetlejuice? I might. I'll probably wait until I can see it streaming. I won't go to the theater for it or anything. Alright, there's just... this whole place is a disgusting maze. There's so many pathways. Cool. I think I am in big trouble. All this way over here for useless items. I don't like those at all. Hey, Hooked on Pop, welcome in. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for the 28 months. 28 months. That's almost a year. I hope you're well tonight, my friend. Took my 15-year-old son to Deadpool last week. Had fun, but it was expensive. Yeah, I go to the theater like, I don't know, once a decade. And for the 2020s, we saw John Wick 4, so I'm good now. I don't need to see another movie for quite a while. The movie theater is not a place for me. I don't like being in crowds of strangers. I don't like loud noises. It's not my scene. There is a switch on that thing, and I don't think I can reach it. That's irritating. Chozo says it'll come to Aussie Netflix. I'll probably wait for it for Beetlejuice. Yeah, I'll watch it. I don't know. If it ends up on Amazon Prime, or if I see it on DVD at the library, I'll probably check it out. But, we'll see. It'll probably depend also on what I hear from my friends about it. You know, I've got a few people I trust who, they don't really tell me anything, you know, they know my no spoilers policy, so they don't really tell me anything about stuff that they see, but they tell me whether or not they think I like a thing. So I can kind of use them as a filter. I'm pretty hyped, Ghost says. They have the original cast back. It looks very promising. I love the original. I already know my theaters are gonna, my friends are gonna drag. I already know my friends are gonna drag me to the theater to watch it anyway. I hope you all have a fantastic time. I hope it turns out good. Hopefully it will. But yeah, I'm not the biggest movie guy in general, so I don't there's not a lot. It's not a lot of times where there's like a movie coming up that I'm like super excited and looking forward to. I'm such a hype squasher. We got lucky. Went to a late show. There's only 15 other people there. Nice and spread out, Hooked on Pot says. Excellent. Does that also mean no arcades? No, I've never really hung out in arcades, Buddha Fingers. I had very little exposure to arcades growing up. There were a couple restaurants in or near my hometown that had a handful of arcade machines. But, I mean, that was really it. I've probably been in, like, a proper, like full arcade, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 times in my entire life. They don't really hold a lot of appeal for me. It's interesting to walk through an arcade and look at the machines and look at the artwork, but I mean, I don't like to play games on arcade machines. I like sitting in my chair playing on a console. So they don't really hold a lot of appeal for me that way. Pretty much almost any video game ever made, I'd rather play the console version than play the arcade machine. The exceptions being pinball machines I really like. I can spend a lot of time getting lost in physical pinball machines. And Miss Pac-Man. I'd rather... Fester's waving at us. I never noticed that idle animation before. I like playing Miss Pac-Man on an actual arcade machine. You can beat a few of them now. Might be a different experience. Well, I can beat the console versions of a few games. I don't know if I can, I don't know if I could beat the arcade versions. And Brooklyn, welcome in. Thank you for joining us tonight. Hope you're doing well. Pinballs are great. Yeah, there was so the restaurants near where I grew up, there's a Pizza Hut and there was a barbecue place, and they each had a handful of pinball machines, and they kind of changed every few years what they had. But they had pinball machines, and 2 of them I remember. The Pizza Hut had a Rescue 911 pinball machine. And the cool thing about that was there was a part where if you got the ball into a certain area, a helicopter would fly across the board and it would pick the ball up and airlift it to another section of the board. So that was very cool. And there was a Star Wars pinball machine at the barbecue place, and I don't know if it was just a really easy machine or if it was set to really easy or something, but I could play on that machine. I could play on that machine for hours with just 1/4, because you would win so many extra lives or extra credits so quickly. That machine was great. That machine was great. There's an enormous pinball place out near me. Several rooms of wall-to-wall pinball. So that would be fun. That would be fun to walk through. Used to go to the local arcade all the time growing up. It was a really cool, big arcade. I'd also go to the arcades on the boardwalk during our beach trips. Have a lot of nostalgia for arcades, Ghost says. Yeah. I don't really have that same thing. The arcade machines, like the video game machines, there was Miss Pac-Man at the Pizza Hut, and they had the Miss Pac-Man forever. That was one of the only ones that never changed. They had that the Turtles arcade game, and the barbecue place had a Batman arcade game, and I don't. Jelby's Smelly, Sodden, Stinking Sewers. The Batman, the only thing I really remember about the Batman game was it was very, very difficult. It was very difficult. I didn't play it very much because it was just a waste of quarters for me. Oh no. You staying out in a small one at the mall too. Aladdin Castle says. I have nostalgia for sitting on my butt on the floor and playing my video games, Jozo says. Yeah, that's more me. Just yeah, I've always liked the console versions. The arcade machines are like an interesting curiosity, and like they can be beautiful works of art, but they're not my preferred way of playing games. And it's also the issue of I just don't really like playing with joysticks. Like I like a handheld controller. I like a D-pad. All this stuff is new, by the way. I was retreading a lot of stuff before. That is no longer the case. Like, I haven't seen anything familiar in a very long time. So while I am, like, wandering and it looks like I'm not doing anything, I'm seeing tons of new stuff right now. I didn't even know there was a thing there. These mushrooms here, this makes me think of millipede. The Tommies welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Is this a Is this a new handle? I thought so. I thought so. It looks exactly like millipede. The mushrooms and now the things coming down. They made this the millipede room on purpose. Turtles Arcade is great, Ghost says. Yeah, we played through the NES version of that on the stream, and that game is unbearably brutal. But I do have some fond memories of the arcade machine, though I could never get very far. I don't think I ever made it past the second stage of the arcade machine. I have nostalgia for playing Mortal Kombat at the arcade, Buddhafinger says. I used to constantly raid couches for change to play that machine. I never played that one. Did you ever play through the R-rated Squirrel game for N64? I have not, EpiPen. I like rare games a lot. I like rare N64 games. That one, I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever get around to it. A Nightmare on Elm Street is a rare game, is it? I didn't, I don't know if I don't think I remember. I've probably been told that before, I just don't remember. Huh. So I wonder how many... Well, there must be something over here. So that turned that off. Must be some way to figure this room out. There was a kid who would show up at the mall at the mall arcade in a full kung fu gi and wreck everyone in Tekken. Oh. Tell me when it's a boss fight, please. I'm watching in the background. Don't want to miss it. Hooked on Pot says. All right, I'll try and say something. It might be a good long while. There aren't that many bosses in this game. They don't show up all that often. Arcades are a little comfortable place to escape to when I was stuck somewhere with my parents or felt awkward in a social situation, EpiPen says. Even if I didn't have quarters, I could escape into watching someone play. I'm pleasantly surprised you're able to figure out I had a new handle. Well, I knew, like, I felt it was a name I hadn't seen before, but, you know, we have a regular Tommy, and the name was close enough that I was thinking there was probably a pretty good chance that it was a new handle. I mean, I don't necessarily remember every name that every name that ever comes through the chat. We do have people come in that I see them once and then might not see them again, like, for 2 years. But I try. Yes, and it's actually good. The angry video game nerd lied to everybody. Well, I mean, he's pretty wrong about a lot of games. I like a lot of James's stuff, but his opinions aren't, you know, to be trusted. I like McKids as well. Yeah, the format's kind of hand-tying. The gimmick, anyway. I don't know if there is a way out of this room. Hey, thank you, Hooked on Pot. Thank you for the 250 bits. Here's something for a hard puzzle you must have figured out by now. I kind of did. I kind of did figure something out. There are 4 switches in this room, and... Well, I kind of lucked my way through them, but I'm counting it. Thank you for the 250 bits. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. So that's not good. That's not good. I'm just, well, maybe I haven't done such a good job at solving this room. What is the millipede room all about? Is there another invisible thing in this room? I haven't played it in decades, but probably one of my favorite pinball games is Galactic Pinball on the Virtual Boy. I spent an unreasonable amount of time playing the Virtual Boy when I was young. That's probably why I wear these glasses today. I think the Virtual Boy ruined my eyesight. You know what? There could be something to that, actually, because I think I started wearing glasses. I think I started wearing glasses not that long after we got the Virtual Boy. I never put that together before. Hey, Sark, welcome in. Pinball, you say? Yeah. We were talking about arcades before, and I was saying I don't, I like console games. I don't really like arcade machines, but except pinball. Pinball's a real joy to play on physical hardware. So if an arcade has a ton of pinball machines, I can spend some time in there happily. And then I was just thinking about digital pinball you know, as well. Nothing in here seems to serve any purpose. I'm going in circles. Was there another room out here that I missed? Oops. The default button assignments are very goofy in this game. Right, it's B to attack, X to interact, A for your item, and Y is the map. I guess they mostly make sense, but I cannot wrap my head around making Y the map button. It's so... Why such a prominent button for the map? The map should be like a shoulder button or the select button. I end up pulling up the map all the time when I don't need to. Yeah, unfortunately I respawned all the enemies. I want to check this dark room again. Can't map that button elsewhere. Yeah, well done. Hey, sweet, welcome in. Welcome to a painful night of wandering. here we go. There's nothing back here behind this? No. Let me try out this dark room again. There we go. I found something this time. Oh no, I think I found this before. I don't remember. Oh yeah, I was here a long time ago. Oh my goodness. This game is very confusing. Going on vacation next Saturday for a week, Hooked on Pot says. Nervous about the 8-hour drive? My car will make it, but will I? I have faith in you. I have faith in you. I've gone for an extraordinary amount of long drives this year. I did it 4 years ago. This time, I don't get to follow anyone. I have to find it on my own. I guess by an extraordinary amount of long drives, I mean, I've taken 2 trips this year. Jelly and I went to Ohio, which was, I don't know, it was like 12 hours, 12 or 14 hours. And we went to Kentucky, which is, again, it takes us about 12 hours. Like, each way. And doing that twice in 1 year is a lot for us. Normally, the Ohio trip was the exception. Normally, we go to Kentucky once a year, so we have like that big drive. But like, we had to make the drive, so we went to Kentucky in July last year and November. And then we went to Ohio in May, and then back to Kentucky again, I think in July this year. So like, it's like four trips in the last calendar year. So that's a lot. And then when we were doing the IVF thing, like, we had to go to the clinic, which is a 3-hour drive away from where we live. And we were going to the clinic like a couple times a week. It was brutal. It's about an hour from Timmins in northern Ontario. I'm gonna let you down, Hooked on Pot. I gotta tell you, I know absolutely nothing of the geography of Canada. I don't think I could label a single city or province on the map. Six hours north of Toronto. Highway makes me sleepy. Going straight so far. It's not great. It's not great. Hey, Game and Fit, welcome in. Welcome to... I don't even know what's happening anymore. I am I'm pretty much hopelessly lost. So much for all that new stuff I found. It's all just led to meaningless circles. It's pretty much what everything is in this area. Everything is just a circle. Okay, those are useless. No, that's what you like I said, I don't... Like, if you gave me a blank Canada, I couldn't label Toronto or Ottawa. I've never been good at geography. Rocking my haircut, Game and Fit says. Nice. Yeah, I decided to take the hair off. It'd been a while. And what I really decided to do is to trim my beard down. But if I'm gonna take the beard down, then I always like to do the hair along with it. And it'd been a while. It'd been a good while. Do you know where Sydney is? Nah, I don't think I could label a single thing in Australia either, Chozo. I too am no good at geography, Game if it says. I say geometry in that situation just for laughs and to prove how clueless I am about it. It's probably just because I've never been. It's because I've never been to those places. You know, like I know where some of the stuff like in Thailand and Korea are, right? Because I've lived there. I know where, you know, like I know where a lot of cities are. I know where a lot of like the cities are in the places I've lived. It's just if I haven't been there, then I don't know, the map doesn't stick with me. Why? Why these barrels? I find all kinds of new stuff, and it's great. And then there's nothing I can do anything with. I can't interact with any of it. There are so many places that aren't Andorra. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses, we says. Well, I think I'm about to lose a life, and I think I'm fine with that because I haven't actually accomplished a single thing. We've been playing for almost 2 hours, and I haven't done anything. I haven't talked to a new character. I haven't found a new item. I found a bunch of new rooms, but nothing happened in any of them. They're all functionally empty. What is the goal today? The goal is to play this game for 4 more hours and hope that something has happened. So far, no dice. In other words, trying to find a country or city on Google Maps is probably, in most cases, harder than trying to find where to go next in this game. Alright, my friends, I'm gonna take a little BRB. I need to take the dog out for a restroom break. And, hopefully I'll come back with a better perspective on what's happening in this game. Things are going really rough right now. So let me step away for a few minutes and I'll see you again very shortly.